The Atlantic hurricane season has been fairly benign for the last few weeks, but that changed in a big way over the weekend.
Not one, but two tropical systems are now really not that far off the coast of Florida. Meteorologist Cody Matz is here bringing us up to speed and tracking what's going on here.
Hey, yeah. we remember you.
Well, hi.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too, and good morning. It's we've gone from like what's happening in the Atlantic, nothing, to what's happening in the Atlantic. All of a sudden, there's a bunch of stuff out there. Two things. Now, Hurricane Humberto rapidly strengthened over the weekend to a Category 5 monster, and also Tropical Storm Imelda now threatening parts of Florida as it strengthens, moving northward through the Bahamas. Let's start there, though. This is the latest satellite image of Tropical Storm Imelda as it formed near the Bahamas on Sunday. Now with sustained winds of 50 miles an hour, located roughly 260 miles off the coast of Cape Canaveral. It is expected to continue strengthening and moving northward into a hurricane as we get into Tuesday. Now here's a look at both storms and both expected paths. Imelda is on the left and Hurricane Humberto is on the right, which is a much stronger storm. Now notice how close they are to each other. This means they will directly interact with each other, with the stronger of the two storms, Humberto, pulling on the weaker one. That likely means that Humberto will actually pull Imelda out to sea before making landfall. That's why it makes a hard right, and both quite likely don't make landfall in the U.S. and stay out to sea. That is very good news. Now here's a live look at Port Canaveral on Florida's central east coast. Wind gusts there could still reach up to 50 miles an hour, with some squalls expected there today as they roll on shore, and waves expected to reach upwards of 10 feet. Local officials are urging people to stay out of the water and secure any loose items they have outside.
We're not out of the woods yet as far as hurricane season. The good news with this event is that we only expect it to be a tropical storm and off our coast. But, you know, we still have several weeks left in the season, so it's just still good to, you know, stay aware and be prepared.
Truer words have never been spoken. Now, this is what Humberto looked like over the weekend. Incredibly symmetrical, meaning it's just a giant circle, which typically means it's very strong. This is actually when it ramped up to a Cat 5 status, peaking with winds over 160 miles an hour. Now, here's a live look at the Atlantic from Charlotte, North Carolina, on the coast there, near the state's southern border, where some wind and rain is still expected, but nothing near what it could have been, obviously, if either storm makes landfall. Now, because of the nature of this current pattern and the interaction between both storms, the expected path is still far from certain, so many folks along the coast have been told to pay very close attention despite the current forecast and keeping things offshore. And to dive into the weeds a little bit, we call this the Fujiwara effect. It is a well-known effect when two tropical systems get close to each other. They start to spin around each other. That is very common in the Western Pacific, where things are far more active. We call those typhoons. In my knowledge, it has never happened this close to the U.S. in the Atlantic. So this is a very unusual scenario. One of the reasons why, yes, this is the forecast, but hey, don't let your guard down if you're in the Carolinas or Georgia or Florida, as things could kind of go weird in the next 48 hours. So we're watching closely. But kind of a weird scenario.
Yeah. All right, Cody. Thank you.
Yep.